You know, it's interesting. In healthcare, we all thrive on energy, happenings, challenges, and crises, actually. You're a part of the solution, and that's what makes it so satisfying. That's why many of us went into medicine. When something of the magnitude of the COVID pandemic becomes a reality, just jumping to action too quickly without understanding is a cardinal error. And therefore, the algorithm we put in place is stopping your mind, slowing things down for just a moment, gathering your senses. Take a deep breath and really assess the situation. You wake up one day and you had a business plan, you had a scorecard, you had a strategy, and by the way, COVID has made it irrelevant. There's a fog. You don't know what tomorrow will look like. Moreover, you cannot possibly imagine what a month or ascertain what a year will entail. And the need as a leader to be able to put some structure around what you're doing now, what you're going to do tomorrow, and what you're going to do for the weeks and months to come. If this wasn't as bad as people said it would be, what would that look like? If this was worse than anybody imagined, what would that look like? Then you almost set a mental map for yourself. And then you peg where you are on that map virtually every day. And then you have to start to align everybody that you're interfacing with, your leadership team, your organization, around a common worldview. It's very important through a crisis like this to be clear about leading with vision, clarity, and purpose. The quickest way to disempower your leadership team and your executives in an organization during a crisis like this is paradoxically to be working, quote, harder. In this particular COVID crisis, showing up at work when you're worn out, physically depleted, your immune system is down, you haven't slept, you haven't eaten nutritious foods, is a surefire way to get sick and become an ineffective leader. Being a pace-setting leader and outpacing everyone else as a badge of honor, we know is the wrong thing to do. And by the way, it's not effective. Obviously, work days can go long. I also know paradoxically, the longer I stay and don't rely on one of my team members to take over for me when I'm exhausted, the worse the decisions that we make. And paradoxically, the less we're able to be effective in our roles. So by about 7 or 8, I need to be eating dinner, calming my mind, finishing up calls, either personally or professionally, and then winding down by about 10 o'clock to get in bed and have a solid 6 to 7 hours of sleep. So a combination of sleep, exercise, mindfulness, meditation, a healthy diet, leveraging colleagues and having a social interaction with colleagues, friends, and family, that in essence is a package that is absolutely essential for any human being, but particularly human beings and leaders who are particularly stressed during any crisis. A leader adhering to those things is going to be an effective leader. We empowered those who were willing to step up and take on the leadership role in the COVID task force. And these were some seasoned leaders, some less seasoned leaders, and some nascent leaders, people who had never led before, but they were passionate and they wanted to make a difference. And indeed, that's been the case. They have stepped up and really made an impact in helping us tackle this pandemic from our vantage point. Listen, we don't have the answers at the boardroom table. I mean, we're not in these positions because we have all the answers to every situation. But among 6,000 caregivers, were some of the most brilliant, empowered, ambitious, thoughtful, and caring people that I've ever met in my life. We knew they had the answers.